Okay, this is to give a quick overview of using the polar array to generate the paving pattern, similar to what we see here on the exercise, which is the site and base detail exercise. So what we have here, I only have a few lines actually in mind for the sake of demonstration, which are the inner circle on the inside of the seat wall, the second circle outside of the seat wall, and then the outer circle on the other side of the paving. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make two lines starting from the center point of the inner circle, since this is all radial, and I'm going to take that line and I'm going to extend it all the way, and then I'm going to use my nearest snap. Just want to make sure I'm actually touching this outer circle, but there's not a specific point that I'm snapping at. So I'm going to do that once, and then I'm going to draw another line starting at same point, and I'm going to do the next line. So essentially we already have, by doing that, created our repeating pattern. I just need to offset all of these circles. So I'm going to go to offset. Before I do that, let me check my distance between the lines. DI, distance from here to here, is not scaled up. So just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to do distance, or I'm sorry, offset. I'm going to use my through option. So I'm going to select the object, and through point is going to be on a circle, object, offset, object, offset. And again, this isn't exactly the most scientific way to do it, but it'll get us through our demonstration. So here, 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 here. Okay, so now I have all my circles, and what I need to do is I need to trim every other line coming through here. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my trim command, TR. Again, those of you who are going to use the buttons, trim is in your home ribbon under the modify section. Select cutting edges. I'm going to select all of these circles. I just did as offsets. And I'm going to come through here and step every other to get my brick pattern. And 1, 2 more. Okay. So you'll notice I have cyan, back and forth, back and forth. So now what I'm going to do is what's called a polar array. Let me go ahead and just change my layer color so this is a little bit more exaggerated color difference, so you can hopefully see it a little better. You know what, I'm going to actually switch that to magenta. Hopefully that'll stand out even better. So we have our magenta lines in here, and I can now get rid of this. Actually, I need to take that back, trim out this first segment, because we only are arraying the pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the polar array command, which is under modify, and the array by default looks like this little rectangle piece. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to change from rectangular array to polar array. Center point, I'm going to pan over and make sure that I'm selecting the center of the circle. Then I need to select the objects, and I'm just going to do this with a window since this is all that I have here. And I should be getting all of these little guys that zigzag through here. So let me just pick that window again just to make sure I'm getting everything. 14 found, 14 duplicate. So Got my object selected. So a couple different methods here. Total number of items, if I know how many I have, and the angle of all of them added together. Total number of items and the angle between, and the angle to fill and angle between. I'm just going to use this one, and going to go back and forth and preview. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error, but it should get us there. So angle to fill, in this case starting here going this direction, is probably about I'd say somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 degrees. So angle to fill, let's just start this at 17, and then there's approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divisions maybe. So let's try 2 degrees in between. Preview that, and that is way too dense. So I'm going to hit escape. Actually, angle between, I take that back. We can do angle. What did I want here? 4. Preview that. A little bit more. It's going to be a bigger angle, obviously, that I need here. So let's jump this up to 25. Jump this to 5. Preview this. A little bit past on the angle, so I'm going to take this back to 4. I'm going to fill this across 40 now. See what we get. So need to increase a little bit more, so let's try 4.5. Again, you notice this is trial and error. Preview 4.5, and that looks pretty close. You'll notice it's off by a little bit. If you want to get particular, you could do, you'll notice this is rounding to 5. That's just because my angle in my units is rounded off, but I'll do 4.35. Preview that. Too short. 4.4. Preview. And that looks pretty close, so I'm going to be okay with that. And I'm going to hit enter to accept that. And just so you can see what I have, I'll delete. And now I can come through and trim. Just going to make a window and select these. Select objects to trim. I'm going to use this C for crossing. And cross this way. And this will run through and trim off all the extensions it can going around the circle. And you'll notice I now have my polar arrayed brick pattern. Alright, so that is a quick overview of the polar array.